12/20/2015. The Miss Universe pageant is held in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Axis. We know that Donald Trump previously owned the Miss Universe One World pageant, which had a contract with UNIVISION, one-eyed symbolism. Donald means ruler of the world. This is a reference to Satan. See Matthew 4, verse 8 through 9, John 12:31, and John 18:36 for clarification. Trump means to triumph, to be victorious and successful, and to outsmart and defeat by more skillful maneuvering. The definition of axis is the line about which a rotating body, such as the Earth, turns. Universe means all things, everybody, all people, the whole world, and the word universe can be broken down to unus, meaning one, and versus, meaning to turn, to befall, fate, destiny, or literally what befalls one. The name of the venue, Axis, is a reference to the world turning on its axis, which is a representation of time, since one day passes every time the Earth spins on its axis. The name universe refers to everybody in the entire world, as well as the fate or destiny of the entire world. Therefore, the message here is clear. The ruler of the world, Satan, will be victorious and successful at outsmarting and defeating many by skillful maneuvering, and there will be one world with one vision. This is the fate that will befall the entire world in the coming days. When we look at the unusual circumstance which transpired during this event, the symbolic meaning becomes even more evident. Let's take a look.
Miss Universe 2015 is Colombia.
Steve Harvey announced Miss America as the second runner-up and Miss Colombia as Miss Universe. Previously, during last year's contest, when Miss Colombia, Paulina Vega, won Miss Universe, I explained how Miss USA and Miss Colombia were representations of America and its capital, the District of Columbia. This year, the symbolism is no different. Miss USA and Miss Colombia were present as final contestants once again. However, this time, something very interesting occurred. Miss Colombia was crowned as Miss Universe, and then only 2 minutes later, she was dethroned.
I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Colombia. Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
Steve Harvey, the comedian, joker, fool, or trump card, announced that he made a mistake and the crown was taken right off of the head of Miss Colombia and given to Miss Philippines. Notice the upside down pyramid on the floor and the symbol of the goddess Columbia, whose likeness can also be seen in the Statue of Liberty that was given to America by French Freemasons. Remember the connection to France, because we will connect this event with France later. What does a crown represent? A crown is a symbol of one who holds a position of power, authority, rule, and dominance. In this case, the crown was the Miss Universe crown, which suggests power over the entire earth. It should also be noted that countries or nations are usually referred to as being feminine. Because of the Latin influence on languages, many of the countries' names end in the letter A. An example of this in Spanish would be Chico, which is masculine, as opposed to Chica, which is feminine. In like manner, we can see this displayed in names like America, Canada, Australia, Mother Russia, China, and Colombia. When a crown is taken away, it is symbolic of the position of power, authority, rule, and dominance being taken away. Therefore, this event was orchestrated to show that America and the District of Columbia, its capital, will have its position of power, authority, rule, and dominance over the world snatched away and given to another. As a warning to the saints, Revelation 13, verse 11 declares, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." This leads us to our next subject. When the crown was taken from Miss Colombia, who was it given to? Miss Philippines. We know that the country of the Philippines was named after Philip. Philip comes from the Greek Philippos, and it means lover of horses. This is a reference to Poseidon, because another name for Poseidon was Hippios, which means Lord of horses. It should also be noted that Poseidon is the beast from the sea. It is also important to note that the name Philip can be traced back to Philip of Macedonia. The Philippines is also connected with Philippians and the city Philippi, which was seized by Philip, king of Macedon and father of Alexander the Great. Because of the gold and silver mines taken by Philip II from the mountains of the city of Philippi, his son Alexander the Great was able to use the money to raise an army and pay his troops well. They then swiftly conquered the Persian Empire, just as the prophet Daniel predicted. See Daniel 8, 5-8 and 11, 3-4. In Zechariah 11:17, we are told that the coming Antichrist will have UNIVISION, or one eye. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm, and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. Zechariah 11:17. Interestingly enough, Greek historian Lucius Flavius Arrianus described Alexander the Great in this manner: the strong, handsome commander with one eye dark as the night and one blue as the sky. The semi-legendary Alexander romance also suggests that Alexander suffered from heterochromia iridium, that one eye was dark and the other light. Therefore, we can see how the Philippines is connected to Poseidon, the beast from the sea, and to Alexander the Great, an archetype of Antichrist. This then clearly shows us that the power and authority to rule over the entire world will be taken away from America and the District of Columbia and given specifically to the beast from the sea, the Univision Antichrist, and the universe, or one world order. When we take a look at the names of the final contestants in the Miss Universe pageant, an amazing message from the Most High appears. In order to save time, I will only read the message transcribed from the etymology of names. However, a complete breakdown of the names will be provided in the description box. The meaning of the names is as follows. The olive tree of heaven is a river in the holy land of Israel that flows. It shall descend and flow down on the pious and devout, those who conscientiously and obediently fulfill their duty, performing the duties expected and required of them. They are noble, ready, and eager for battle and war. The army of protection shall flourish as a green herb living near a stream. The most holy is the ruler of that army. Praise Yah. Interestingly enough, during the ordeal at the Miss Universe pageant, this occurred simultaneously outside.
Basically, earlier this evening, we had an individual that drove up onto the sidewalk. Unknown whether this is an intentional act or an impairment act. We have not been able to determine that. But as that individual drove, she continued driving northbound on the sidewalk and striking several pedestrians.
We're at Mon Ami Gabi at Paris, and we're sitting there and we're having a nice little dinner across from Bellagio, and all of a sudden we hear like a commotion happening, like hysteria. We thought it was like some noise happening, so we look to our left because we're right on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden there's a car coming through, like a brown Oldsmobile 1980s style, totally trashed, busted out window because it's taking out like tons of people, and like going about 30-40 miles an hour, running through people, mainly massacring kids.
The fact that this occurred while Miss Colombia was being dethroned during the Miss Universe pageant, which uses the goddess Colombia as a symbol in front of the Paris Hotel and Casino, connects this incident with the Paris attacks as well as ISIS, since we know that French Freemasons gave America the District of Columbia, the Statue of Liberty. Paris is known as the City of Lights, and Sin City, Las Vegas, is clearly a city of lights as well. This illumination is representative of Lucifer, the light bearer. Lakeisha Holloway is the name of the driver, and she had a 3-year-old toddler in the back seat. Remember, we have seen this orchestrated event play out before as well in the District of Columbia, when Miriam Carey attempted to ram the gates of the White House and was fatally shot and killed with her 1-year-old daughter in the back seat of the car.
You see, police say that this all started when the suspect tried to ram her black Infiniti sedan into a barrier at the White House, and that's what set off this high-speed chase from the White House to the Capitol. The suspect has been confirmed dead. Now, there was a 1-year-old child inside of that car. That child, police say that child was unharmed, physically unharmed, was taken to a hospital and evaluated.
In closing, we see that these orchestrated events are designed to place the world under a magic spell, meant to desensitize the masses so that they will subconsciously accept and even expect the coming fall of America, the rise of the one-eyed Antichrist, and his universal rule over a one-world government in which the entire world will subscribe to his UNIVISION for the world. This fate that was predestined for this world lies just ahead in the coming days. Are you alert that no man may take thy crown? Are you scot-free? Shalom.